Yeah. So yes, that is absolutely true what you were saying, Pankaj, in the sense that the more we meditate, the more of the Kundalini energy comes through, the more of the cleansing, balancing happens. And also, I think the important thing that I found is that, getting that ability, the strength to introspect, to look at ourselves, to look within ourselves, to see what to change, and what needs changing and what needs clearing, what to then help improve those vibrations and help improve the results of our own meditation in one sense, to surrender, to develop that witness state, to not react. And it is kind of training ourselves, training our attention. But the great thing is, instead of just doing it with our brains, we are using that great unlimited energy of our kundalinis and the all-pervading Adi Kundalini to kind of help us do that. So do you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
And it makes it so much easier. Doing it that way just makes it about 100 times easier.
That's why it's effortless.
That is correct, yes. And I think I think a happy Sankranti, everyone. I think people that are in America, it is your Sankranti today, as was yesterday, as was in India, wasn't it?
In India, it was day before yesterday, 14th.
Okay, 14th. Okay. So it is I suppose when we talk about effortless and that, it's a great I suppose great analogy in one sense, because Sankranti is when we talk about being in the balance. And when we moved from Hyderabad, that is the south of India, to Maharashtra, they have this beautiful thing they do where they actually give this little sweet they make. All over India, we do that. The jaggery and the sesame seeds sweets are offered on this day, and that kind of indicating balance. The jaggery is the sweet to cool down the right side. The sesame seed gives heat in the body, so that's kind of to help the left side. And then you're doing the two together. But when they give, everyone they meet, they kind of give that sweet, and they say til gud kya god god bola. Gopi is from Maharashtra, so, and it is like, have this sweet and then speak sweetly. So that's to be in the center, to be in that state of surrender, to talk sweetly, which is, neither with ego, super ego, and looking. It's just a beautiful. Isn't that right, Gopi? That's what that is. The til gud kya god god bola. He's probably not at the computer. So that surrender of the ego and the super ego becomes a big big thing with being surrendered and allowing things to happen. And I think an analogy we look at is like when you're driving a car. If you've got people in the back kind of going, no, go left, no, go right, if you've got two people sitting in the back telling you how to drive a car, it becomes a very dangerous drive. So it's kind of like the ego and the super ego, and us as us allowing our spirit to be our guide rather than letting them tell us what to do. And have a smooth ride instead.
Yes.
It is 2:00, so I will give the floor to you, and we will start with meditation. Hi, Luke, and hello, Nicole. So we've got two new Christina have joined us. Thank you very much for being here. Now, this is a recorded session, as we have been doing lately. So I will let Pankaj take the floor and lead the session for today. Thank you very much for being here, everyone.
Thank you very much. So welcome all of you once again to this session. let's close our eyes for a minute
Like,
and silence our thoughts. We all know when we sit in meditation, we have to keep our hands in our lap with palms facing upwards. Let's humble down in our hearts and we pray to Mother Kundalini to help us and guide us in our meditation today. And that may all of us experience that beautiful state of thoughtless awareness. And that may all of us experience the divine cool vibrations that soothe us, nourish us, and help us evolve and get established in our meditation. You can slowly open your eyes. So, very brief overview about the subtle system, and then I'll quickly explain about the foot soak. And today we're going to learn about the Agnya Chakra. So, as you see on your screens, this is a subtle system. And in this subtle system, we have three channels: the left, the right, and the central channel. The left channel is the channel of desire, and it's denoted by this blue line. It's on the left side. It's also known as the Ida Nadi, the left sympathetic nervous system. And it's mainly connected and concerned about our past. And when we have too many of these unfulfilled desires, this channel comes under pressure. And we have ailments which are normally termed as psychosomatic diseases, which are basically incurable. And all viruses, including COVID, are also psychosomatic diseases. So today we'll also learn how to balance this channel. Then on the right side, we have the right sympathetic, or the channel of action. This is concerned with our future. And this channel becomes too much heated up when we are too much aggressively thinking about our future aspirations. And this heat essentially gives us a kind of ego, anger, aggression. These are all symptoms of the right side. So as you would see, the right channel is controlled by the left side of our brain, and the left channel is controlled by the right side of our brain. And they both cross at optic chiasma, which we also will learn today as the Agnya Chakra. And this is very constricted in almost all of us because it's very difficult these days to forgive others. And the moment we get this power to forgive others, this channel opens up. And the Mother Kundalini, which is at the base of our spinal cord, this triangular bone lying in 3.5 coils, when this Mother Kundalini rises, and then it pierces this Agnya Chakra and reaches and pierces finally the seventh energy center, the frontella bone area, the connection gets established, the yoga happens. So we have these 7 energy centers and these 3 channels, along with Mother Kundalini, which we know as the subtle system of our body. So let's move forward and briefly understand what foot soak is and what bandhan is. So maybe we can, let's understand about the foot soak. So we all know that it's very important for us to cleanse ourselves. And normally we cleanse ourselves whenever we come back from our offices or daily. Whenever we go outside, we need to clean ourselves. We clean ourselves in the morning. Sometimes we also cleanse ourselves in the evening. And the basic purpose is that we do not want to remain dirty. We like ourselves in a very hygiene manner to cleanse ourselves. But most of us do not realize that when we interact with people, when we get angry, when we lose our temper, or we get emotionally disturbed, our chakras or our energy centers, they get out of balance. And once they get out of balance, then we are more prone to getting infected or getting one or the other diseases. So all diseases that we have are the result of imbalances, either in our channels or in our chakras, or both. So there are various combinations which you will learn and experience over the months and years in your journey in Sahaj Yoga. So for the time being, it's important for us to understand and realize the fact that it's very important for all of us to also cleanse ourselves from within. So there's a very effective technique called foot soak. So as the name signifies, the foot soak means that we soak our feet inside the water. So we take a basin full of lukewarm water or normal water, depending on which part of the world you are and what weather conditions you have. And you fill it up to a level so that your ankles get submerged into it. And then you take a mug which is full of normal tap water, and you also take salt with this. And you keep a small towel besides. So when we are doing foot soak, we keep our hands open in our lap. And normally we keep mother's photograph, and we also light a candle. What we are using here are the 5 elements to cleanse ourselves, because we are also made up of these 5 elements. So salt is the earth element. We have water, the water element. Then we have air, we breathe in. This is the air element. There is space all around within us. That's ether element. And then we light a candle, which is the fire element. And during foot soak, we normally keep our eyes open. If we have mother's photograph and also we have lighted candle, then we should keep our eyes open. And we just sit in this foot soak for around 10 to 15 minutes. Normally, this is the last thing before we go to bed. And all of us, who have difficulty in sleeping or who get weird kind of dreams or who are not able to sleep comfortably, would start seeing a significant difference in their sleep also. So it soothes us down, it cleanses us, and it prepares us and makes us fresh for the next day morning. So we sit down and we cleanse our left and right channel, which we learn. And after we cleanse, we rinse our feet with the normal water. We wipe them off with the towel, which is beside us. And we flush this water in the WC and rinse this bucket, and we keep them aside. And normally we don't use this bucket for anything else. So that's about foot soak. We'll quickly learn about bandhan. And then we'll take a minute or two break so that all of you can prepare for the foot soak. So We all know that normally the things, they tend to fall down, towards the gravity. And the Mother Kundalini, it rises up. It rises up spontaneously when we sit in meditation and we pray for the Mother Kundalini to rise. But normally, before we sit down in meditation, symbolically and also with the prayer in our heart, we would raise our Mother Kundalini. So as we have 3 channels, we raise our Mother Kundalini 3 times. And the way we raise it is that the left hand is straight, it moves up. This signifies our desire for our ascent. And the right hand is the channel of action, and we move it from inside, upward, and outside, and again inside. And we rotate it along with. And then we move our hand while rotating the right hand around it. And we just push back our head and we tie the first knot. So we raise our Kundalini right from the first energy center, Muladhara. Above it is Mother Kundalini. And we start raising our hand from there. And then we do it the second time. And we tie 2 knots here. This is for the second channel. Similarly, for the third time, we tie 3 knots like this. And then what we do is we take bandhan. Bandhan is like we keep our left hand in our lap, and the right hand we just take, as is shown in the first picture below, from above the left hand, and we make a semicircle around the aura, take it around and bring it down, and again bring it back. So the 2 semicircle basically completes 1 circle. And we do this 7 times because we have 7 energy centers. And while we are doing this, we do this slowly, we feel our aura. And it's like putting ourselves in protection because we don't want to get disturbed during our meditation. So we do this every time we sit down in meditation. And once we have finished our meditation, we raise our Kundalini and take bandhan once again. So there are very few rituals in Sahaj, rather almost none. But this helps us. This helps us by praying and requesting the Mother Kundalini to come and pierce our Sahasrara and gets established on top of our head so that we achieve the state of thoughtless awareness soon. So now I believe if we can all quickly get prepared for the foot soak. And while we are foot soaking, we'll also do the balancing and meditation part. We can start with the foot soak now. So first of all, let us raise up a Kundalini and take Bandhan. So for all of us who are going to do foot soak along with, please put a fistful of salt in the water, and then you gently put both your feet in the water. So the prayer inside our heart should be that may through this foot soak we cleanse ourselves. Let's cleanse our left channel first. So please put your left hand in your lap, and the right hand, you just point it towards the Mother Earth. Maybe Rita, if you could open that slide.
You're doing the left one first or right one? Sorry.
Left one. So for those who are not doing foot soak and they are sitting on Mother Earth, it is the best. Just place your right hand on Mother Earth. If you're sitting on the chair, then be upright and let your hand point towards the Mother Earth. We'll say this affirmation here that, Mother, please cleanse my left channel. Now, it's important that we all have complete faith in ourselves and complete faith that we will get cleanse and the experience of divine cool vibrations on our central nervous system. So with complete honesty and intense desire, let's once again pray, Mother, please cleanse my left channel. So as the left channel starts getting cleansed, we'll experience that our left hand starts becoming more and more cooler. Very nice. Now, please put your right hand in your lap and raise your left hand, bend your left elbow, and we'll now cleanse the right channel. Now, right channel is the one which gets affected when there's a lot of overactivity, including the mental activity, because we tend to think too much. And we all know that when we think, the liver gets heated up, and then this heat travels to the various energy centers and brings imbalances within us. So we are praying here that may all this excessive heat dissipate into the ether element. So let's pray here, Mother, please cleanse my right channel. So when we do this cleansing, especially in the night during foot soak, it's very effective because by putting salt in the water, we are giving it a symbolic shape of ocean or the seawater. And we all know that the seawater is salty and it has the tendency to absorb all that is unwarranted, all that things which are not required, the sea absorbs them very graciously. So similarly, when we are doing this foot soak, the salt water absorbs all that is unwarranted within us, all that is acting as an obstacle in our growth. It cleanses us. So again, with complete faith, let us pray that, Mother, please cleanse my right channel. So the right channel is the one which sometimes takes more time because of too much of mental activity. So the thoughts are the one which prevent our growth, which obstruct us getting into a state of meditation, into silence. So just say that I don't want these thoughts and I forgive everyone. Please say in your heart, I forgive everyone. And mostly the right side gets affected because we have a belief which is not true, that we are the ones who are doing everything. So even if we say that I'm not the one who's doing, or you can say I'm not the doer, there's a divine power which is working everything for us. Just by having this feeling, we'll see that the right hand becomes much lighter and the flow of vibrations increase. Just say that, Mother, you are the doer and you are the enjoyer. I don't do anything. I do nothing. Nice. Now, just put both the hands in your lap. And let's pray that, Mother, please bless me with a state of thoughtless awareness. Please establish my self-realization. Please say this 3 times. Shrimataji, please give me my yoga. So for most of us, we'll observe that the thoughts have silenced now. So when the thoughts cease, the meditation starts. So meditation is taken to silence. And when we are in silence, we experience the peace within us, the joy. You can slowly open your eyes. Now, please take the mug which has been kept besides you and you rinse both your feet. Wipe them off with the towel. Rinse your feet one by one. Then wipe them off with the towel. And take this bucket and flush it. Rinse your bucket and keep it aside. You don't use this bucket for anything else. Please come back and then sit in meditation again. Others can continue to be in the state of thoughtless awareness. So today we will learn about the Agnya Chakra. So Agnya Chakra, as we have learned, is also called as optic chiasma. And this is a place where the two channels, they cross each other. Now, we all know that we sometimes tend to get angry over situations with individuals. And we feel that, we have kind of lost control over a situation. This can push us into a state where we feel deprived. We feel that we have kind of lost control over the situation, and it gives us a feeling which is very baser, very low. And this then develops into a kind of superego within us. This also happens when we are too much conditioned. And these conditionings could be due to our upbringing, the way we have been brought up, our beliefs, and our blind faith, and things like these, which makes us very rigid. On the other hand, we could be in a situation where we simply lose temper, we become very aggressive. Now, when we become aggressive, we are not able to forgive others, and we like to dominate others. This develops into a balloon, which is like an ego. Both these things are very harmful for us, and they tend to drift us from the path of evolution, which is the central channel within us. So the most important thing is that we come back again in a state of balance. And when we are in a state of imbalance, we tend to get into a situation where we have either headaches or we have migraine or other diseases, which result due to the imbalances in our Agnya Chakra. So this Agnya Chakra, this is represented by this ring finger on our hands. And on our feet, this is the finger which is just next to the smallest finger, Now, how do we know that our Agnya Chakra is not in balance? So when we are meditating, if we feel heaviness on our forehead, or we feel that, there is a pricking sensation or heat or pain in our ring finger or the finger also on our feet, then we understand that there is an imbalance. And as each energy center has a left and a right aspect attached to it, we can easily cleanse this by saying the affirmations, which we learn today when we get into the meditation part. So maybe we can see the next slide, please. Great. So the qualities which are manifested once the energy center is nourished through meditation, through Mother Kundalini, are of forgiveness and also of sacrifice. So as we learned that anger is something which is troubling most of us most of the time, and as all the chakras are interconnected because we get angry as we are not able to witness the situations. And we also get angry because somewhere we have lost our innocence, or we are very dissatisfied, or there is no love and compassion in our heart. So these are all qualities of other chakras. But anger is a punishment that we give to ourselves for somebody else's mistakes. And the result is that we have this headache and we have migraine and we have mental disorders, we have memory loss, the eyesight becomes weaker. So the very easy way to cleanse is that we just forgive others. The moment we start forgiving others, the energy center, Agnya, starts becoming more and more lighter. And this is what we will now practically see and do it. So let's go to the slide of affirmations. Now, with your left hand in your lap, just place your right hand on your forehead. You can press the forehead, the temples from both the sides. And let's say this affirmation in our heart. Mother, please forgive me. Now, normally for the left Agnya, we take our right hand at the back of our head. So please do this. You can see this also the way we are doing it. And gently rest your head on your right palm very comfortably and push your head backwards so that it rests on your right palm. So this is for our comfort because we do not need to feel guilty, but we can say that, Mother, please forgive us. If ever we have committed any mistake, please forgive us. Now, please bring this right hand and place it again on the forehead. Gently press your forehead from both the sides, the temples. And here we'll say that I completely forgive everyone from the core of my heart. I forgive everyone. We do not need to specifically remember or count whom we are forgiving. Just say in general, I forgive everyone, including myself. I forgive everyone. Please say this 2 or 3 times. Now, please say here that, Mother, please make me a forgiving person. Please bless me with the power to forgive others. Please keep both the hands in your lap and continue to meditate for a minute or so. Let us all listen to the speech from Shimataji on the Agnya Chakra.
Now one thing is there obstructing Sahasrara is the movement of your Agnya into thoughts. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that stops your entry into Sahaja. Thoughts are coming all the time. Because a human being is born who reacts to everything. React to this and react to that, and the thoughts come in and thoughts go. There's a big crowd of thoughts. Because of that, your attention cannot cross over Agnya and can reside in the Sahasrara. So first of all, one should see what sort of thoughts are coming. You have to condemn yourself sometimes. You have to say, what nonsense, what have I been doing? What's the matter with me? How could I do all that? Once you start doing that, these thoughts will start disappearing. These thoughts are coming from two angles, one from the ego and another from your conditionings. And these are so much built up within you that they don't allow your Agnya to be crossed. That's why we have two bija mantras of Amksham. First one is, when it is conditioning, you are endowed with this kind of a fear. I shouldn't do like this, I shouldn't do like that, is not allowed, that is not allowed. That's the conditioning part of it. Conditioning can be of many types. But the ego part of it is that I must overpower everybody, I must get this, I must be able to rule everyone. These two things are there in the mind, which are all the time crossing. So it's important that we should go into thoughtless awareness. And that thoughtless awareness is the real way that your Sahasrara can be nourished by the Kundalini. Because Kundalini cannot go through, cannot pass through. And for that, as I said, there are two bija mantras. One is Ham, another Ksham. So if you are conditioned, you are frightened, you are afraid, and you had ideas about yourself. These days, the way people are describing, they'll say, I'm an extrovert. Somebody will say, I'm an introvert. Somebody will say, I'm hippie, I'm that, I'm that. All kinds of things they can have attributed to themselves. But these ideas are all coming from outside. They are not from inside. To get to the inner side of yourself, to the subtler side of your being, you must allow the Kundalini to go through the Agnya. To cross the Agnya is a very important thing in modern times. And for that, you have to meditate. If you can meditate with complete faith in yourself, this Agnya can be opened up with surrendering to the Divine. You have to surrender yourself to the Divine. And when this Agnya opens, you'll be amazed. Your Sahasrara is just waiting to transfer, to give you all the help that you need through the all-pervading power. Your connection of Sahasrara with the all-pervading power is established. And by that, you will be amazed how all these 7 chakras work for you. How they help you. How they try to give you whatever is the real knowledge about everything. This real knowledge that you get is very joy-giving. You can see this real knowledge in everything. You don't have to start reading any book about it. In every situation and in every person, in every flower, in every natural happening, you see clearly the hand of the Divine. Once you see the hand of the Divine, your ego starts disappearing. Once you say that it's you do everything. Kabira has said something great about this. He said that when the goat is alive, it goes on saying, I am, I am. But when it is slaughtered and its intestines are made into strings, which are used for cleaning the cotton, then it said, tu hi, you are, you are, you are. See, in this symbolic way, they have suggested that you have to become dissolved into this divine power. It's the divine power that does everything. What am I? I was just a drop, and I fell into this ocean of awareness of the divine power. And that is taking over and working it out. That will help you a lot to be a great surgeon. You develop curing powers, but still you are not proud of it. You developed, of course, awakening powers, you are not proud of it. You develop so many creative powers and you are not proud of it. You become really very, very creative, extremely creative. But the greatest thing happened to you that you become a global personality. So you start seeing the problem of every country, of every other nation where they have problems. But these problems, when you see, you don't see like other people, because others may like to use it for their own purpose, maybe for media, maybe for something. What you want to see is that these problems are solved. See, your powers are so great with this kind of a mind, I would say, which is dominated completely by the divine power, that whatever disturbs you immediately is taken over and it starts working out. Many, many problems have been solved by surgery. And also they can be solved on a very universal level. If you are a global person, if you are a global person, then what happens is that you become a sort of a vehicle, or you can become like a channel for this divine power to act, because you are purely a global personality. Not attached to this, attached to that, but a pure Sahaja personality, which can be used by this divine power very easily. For that, as I told in the afternoon also, that we have to be careful about few things that we have. Firstly, anger. Anger is the worst thing that we have. Angry for what? There are people who talk like this. I was very angry. They're proud of their anger. Anger is a sign of complete stupidity, absolute stupidity. There's no need to get angry with anyone, because by anger you don't solve the problem. With anger you spoil yourself. With anger you ruin your own nature. With anger you really spoil the whole situation. So no use having any anger about anything. But if anything happens that angers you, you should settle down and see for yourself, why is it wrong? Why is it disturbing you? Your seeing itself will help this problem to be solved. You must first of all realize that you are a special personality, that your Sahasrara has been opened out to this all divine power, as if you are entered into the realm of divinity. You are great guests in that great court of divine domain. You are not an ordinary person. And so once you understand why you have Sahaja Yoga and why you have got realization, is that there's something special. But that should not give you any ego. It's not for ego that you have to have this, but it's for understanding that you have to play into the hands of the divine. This play is something I could explain like this, that if you are supposing an artist, then in the hand of the artist is the brush, and the brush never thinks that it is doing anything. It's the artist who is doing everything. In the same way, when you are one with the divine power, you just feel, I am not doing anything. It's the artist who is doing. It's the artist who is managing. And who is the artist? Is this divine power which loves you. which cares for you, which looks after you, which absolutely is identified with you.
Let's continue to sit in meditation for a minute. Please keep your eyes closed. And let us say in our heart that, Mother, I surrender my ego. I surrender my conditionings. Please bless me with the power of forgiveness. I forgive everyone, and I forgive myself. Let's continue to sit in meditation while we listen to this music, this raga on the Agnya Chakra. Let us raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan. Let us all thank Shrimataji for all the peace, all the joy, all the blessings that we received in our meditation today. Over to you, Rita.
Thank you, Pankaj, for an absolutely amazing meditation experience. Very much so. I will just stop the recording.